So, hello, fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 6455463728, and two cooked chickens. I presume they were cooked the same day. They were bought the same day at the same place, and one doesn't seem to be as fresh as the other one. Why? This is the mystery, and I guess I'll give my thoughts on why and what happened. Also, I suppose, kind of a pleasant, for me, a pleasant update to something that I didn't even mention about my uncle. So anyway, a couple days ago, some time ago, it wasn't just a couple days ago, my mom bought two rotisserie chickens. Now, to be completely honest, it was not exactly two rotisserie chickens. It was one and a half rotisserie chickens. She got half of a chicken, and she bought a whole one for me. And I think one of them is like Chinese flavored, is the thing, and the other one is plain. Anyway, I think it was yesterday. It was like 1 or 2 days after she bought the chickens. Yesterday, I think I passed by her room and I got the unfortunate odor of uh, meaning the smell of chicken that was starting to misbehave, right? Chicken that was like, you know, not too fresh. So I did not try to confirm whether it was chicken that was like that. I mean, it was not like chicken that's like, oh my God, you're gonna throw up and die if you eat it. But it's kind of like, you know, chicken that's starting to misbehave. So I figured, you know what? I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna check. Let me just go to the fridge and check, like nose check the half of a chicken, the remnants of the half of a chicken that my mom had gotten. And sure enough, when I nose checked the container with her half of a chicken, it was telling me that the chicken was misbehaving a bit. And then, I was like concerned. I'm like, oh my God, I have not even gotten into my chicken. That's not right. Let me, yeah. So I smelled my chicken, and my chicken was like, no, it was behaving itself. So I was still concerned, and that reminds me, I better go and eat a piece of my chicken to make sure that it is behaving itself. So anyway, I told my mother about the chicken, that it didn't seem like it was following all the rules, and that she should eat it quickly before it got any worse out of hand or whatever. Anyway, things did not flow exactly, but I'll just shorten the story to say that at some point she was like, how is it that my chicken's bad and your chicken's fine? What's up with that? So these are the reasons that I think my chicken was fine and hers wasn't. And I kind of just ran through um, the reasons to her because it was kind of like, one of those comedy shows where everybody has like a answer that comes back like when you're playing ping pong, back to back to back. I just spat it out kind of thing. But all right. Anyway, is it three? I don't know. I haven't counted. Number one, she decided to move her chicken to the top shelf of the refrigerator. And as I was pointing out, that's probably not a good idea because the minute the door opens, of course, all of the cold air is going to fall out of the refrigerator. I don't, that's why freezers are like, you know, like, well, not like, it's like coffins. So basically, when you open the door of one of those um, freezers that lie on the ground, the air doesn't just fall out of it and make everything, you know, all the cool air is rushing out of it. I don't know. I think I need to get a fridge like that. And not a freezer, a fridge like that. I don't know why fridges are stand up and all the air just falls out of them. Anyway, if her stuff is on the top shelf of the refrigerator, um, it means that it's going to take a longer time for the air. Cold air sinks to the bottom. So as the air cools in the refrigerator and it sinks, it's going to start cooling my chicken faster because my chicken's at the bottom of the fridge. So as soon as the door is closed, my chicken is getting colder almost right away. Whereas hers is at the top of the top shelf, so it's going to take a while before the air collects and reaches that height to cool, continue to cool her chicken. So the bacteria in her chicken, they have a little while before it gets back up to, a problem temperature for them. That's number one. Number two is that since I have a whole chicken and she has half of a chicken, it's like having a whole block of ice and a half a block of ice. Um, it's going to be a lot easier for her chicken to get warmer than it is for my chicken. And you might say, well, okay, well, some parts of your chicken, are going to get to the same temperature as hers, presumably. So what's the problem with that? Well, I mean, okay, some of those parts of your chicken should be, start smelling bad. Well, yeah, except that those outer parts of my chicken, let's say that I'm gonna pull them off and eat them, those legs, those extremities. The breast is probably a nice thick meaty thing that's gonna maintain its temperature, but any kind of extremity that might get warmed up, I'm gonna just take it off and eat it before, you know, it goes bad is one thing. So there's that. What's the other one? Well, the flavoring of the chicken is one thing as well. If it's Chinese, it's probably going to be a little bit um, saltier, perhaps, than an ordinary cooked chicken. That's another reason why. And yeah, I was kind of stalling for time a little bit there, but the next reason why my chicken might be fine is that I have been aware that sometimes I leave my chicken out. I take the chicken out of the fridge and I'm gonna cut a piece off and put it right back in the refrigerator. But then I'm kind of like, oh, I need to get some water from my uncle. I need to go to the bathroom. And next thing you know, it's half an hour has passed and my chicken's been sitting down on the counter for half an hour. And the bacteria have been um, acclimatizing themselves to, the chicken, I guess. And I realized, whoa, 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 you need to stop doing that. Get your chicken out, cut off a piece, put it right back in. And yeah, so those are the reasons why my chicken is more like, because my mom, you know, she has an unfortunate habit of doing exactly what I just said, which is, oh, I forgot about this thing. I'm coming right back to this chicken, and then you don't know how long it is that it's been standing up outside. The bacteria have been having a little party or something, you know, party. So yeah, those are the reasons why, and I gotta check my chicken right now to make sure that it is good. I checked it earlier today and it smelled just fine, and not even a hint of a problem. So hopefully that continues. Anyway, on a positive note for me, because I was feeling kind of down, um, my uncle, who has dementia, had been scratching um, what may have started out as mosquito bites. And, I did cut his nails so that he could not um, make the situation any worse, like wound himself more severely. But he was still scratching, you know. Um, anyway, I Googled it. What's wrong with these dementia patients who scratch themselves? Because he had done a worse number on himself and on other parts of his body. And previously, like a couple of years ago, he had gotten to the point where it was like this, but a little bit worse. Anyway, what they said, long story short, they said these people might need, they gave a bunch of reasons why, what the problem could be. And one of them was give him more water to drink. And I did that, gave him some more water to drink. I had to put some sugar in it because, and I laugh like this because if I don't put sugar in the water, he thinks that it's for gargling and he will hold it in his mouth. Sometimes he might even fall asleep with it in his mouth if I am crazy enough to allow that, you know. And then, of course, he is going to choke on it, so that's not a good thing. Anyway, filled him up with water and he doesn't seem to be scratching anymore, so hopefully I will remember to keep him hydrated. For some reason, I can't tell you why. He had been hydrated, and I don't know, I just got it in my head that, okay, he's not going to ask for any water. That's always the biggest problem, right? He's not going to ask, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I need to go to the bathroom. He's not going to say anything. And even if he did say anything, I don't know that I would be able to understand what he's saying. Because on the occasions that he does say stuff, yeah, that's the issue. But anyway, it seems to be fixed for now, so that is great. And yeah, thanks for listening. Peace.